Hi everyone, it's your boy Ricky here. I'm gonna play around with a few things to make sure it's working. If you can, please let me know if you can hear me because I've been known to talk for 10 minutes and then people are like, I can't hear you. I'm just gonna pull up YouTube over here on my iPad so that we can make sure it's working on my end too. So please hold. Live. Sorry, you guys. It's been so long since I've done this. I feel like, um, let's see. Go to my channel. Here's the live. Okay. All right. It looks like it's working. Let's see. Sorry, you guys. Okay. So it's working on my end. Everything looks good, and I'm going to make that bigger. And we are going to just chit chat a little bit and just talk about things. And it's hard for me to do this because I normally try to keep my personal life personal. But unfortunately, that has caused not panic, but people are questioning, like, what's wrong? There's something wrong. You're not yourself. Even my everyday friends, my spirit mom Melinda, who I've known for 15 years now, she noticed, like, she notices something's up. And it's a few things. It's not craft related really, but I'm gonna wait a few more minutes before I get started because I don't want people to miss and I don't want to repeat stuff. And there may be emotion, maybe crying. I don't know. Nervous laughter. I might say something that could be construed as inappropriate or mean or selfish, I guess, but it's not meant to be that way. And I want to explain that. But just gonna wait a few more minutes. I don't know if you guys are able to share this out. Can you like share to Instagram? I'm not going live on Instagram. I kind of almost feel like I want to, but it doesn't always seem to work over there. And I don't know if I can really add it now that I've started. And I don't feel like doing it. But I'm going to put some chapstick on real quick because I need it. It's cold in Chicago. It's dry. It's chapstick-a-palooza up in here, okay? All right. Sorry. And you guys, I'm kind of nervous. Honestly, I'm really nervous about this because I don't know how it's going to be taken. Yeah, I don't know. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'll give it until 5:40, and we'll make this around 30 minutes. Hopefully, not that long. And we'll go from there. And I am going to be talking about things like hurt feelings, politics, family, food issues, weight issues, physical body issues. So if any of those things causes any kind of triggers for you, I'm sorry, I don't have a plan for this, so I don't know when I'm going to talk about it. So maybe you'll want to watch on the replay because some of it is difficult and it's difficult for me, and this is kind of like my release, my therapy, my don't know. I really don't know what to call it, because I know that it's going to hurt some people. And not intentional, because it's going to be, I'm going to explain why. All right. We got 2 more minutes. If you guys can share it out, I don't know if you can do that. I'm old now, so I don't know the technology. And let's see. Is there anything else I need to cover before I get started? I am still crafting. I'm trying to craft. I'm going to talk about an issue I'm having and why that has been less and less videos. And we'll go from there. And then, actually, I'll just wait. I think because I'm really nervous, I don't know what to say. But I'm going to try to be truthful, honest. I'm going to try to have empathy and kindness and laughter. If you saw my Instagram stories, I made myself laugh, and it's been a really long time since I've been able to do that. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna take a drink of water. So, of course, right. This is going back to the election. And I don't want to rehash things, but if you noticed, that's when I disappeared. That's when you didn't see me any longer. I had a few posts that talked about how I felt, and I left social media. Wasn't on it. I didn't see people's things. Wasn't watching the news. Wasn't reading the news. I was very upset, and I think it's okay to be upset, and I think it's okay to be happy. The first time this happened, I was in shock, but I gave people a pass. I told myself, and I tried, and I did, to say they just didn't know. They don't know better. We all do things that are, and I may curse in this, I'm sorry if I do that. It just happens when I'm lost and I might be upset. But the first time I was really upset, but I wasn't, it was okay. A couple weeks went by, or a couple days actually, and I was like, okay, it's going to be good. We're fine. And while I was stressed during that 4 years, I wasn't afraid, I guess. And I felt that everyone's going to be protected. And I went on with my life. I tried, I did the news. I kept up. I voted when I was supposed to, all that great stuff. And then, the election happened again. The insurrection, all the things happened in that 4 years, the insurrection, and then, the president got voted in, and then I felt safer, and I was happy, and I felt like we could move forward and try to reverse some of the things that had happened. But even in that 4 years, it did not improve. And I started to become stressed, and I'll talk about why some of this is the way it is. Um, and I just wasn't comfortable, and I was trying to get through it, get through it. We're going to do this. We're going to be okay. I did my part, voted, sent out all the emails, did all the stuff. And let me correct this just a little bit. I'm sorry. Okay. And then closer to the election, I started seeing things that were hard to see. And some of those things were from people that I respected and people that I thought were my people, I guess. And I thought that, I just really had trust in these individuals. And I'm not naming companies, but I saw some things from other companies that I was just shocked. I was, and then the election happened, and then the next day, that's when I was hurt by a lot of people in this community, and I'm trying not to be. It was so upsetting that I could not function. I did not want to be in this room. I did it because it's my job, and that's what I'm supposed to do. But I was just shell shocked, and I was really upset by some of the people that I thought cared about people and the earth and animals and women's rights and girls' rights and everyone's rights. And this just wasn't in this community. I think because we push so much. I'm sorry, I'm really nervous. We push so much to be kind and do the right thing. And I don't know how to say this without, I hope it doesn't offend people, but, and there are great people that are religious and I respect, and these individuals know who they are. I'm not going to name any individuals who aren't or who are. That's not why I'm here. But I also want to say I grew up in the South, a Southern Baptist, went to church every single Sunday, like whenever we needed to go, all that stuff. It wasn't a pleasant experience for me. It wasn't great. I was going to hell every week. Sometimes, sorry. I'm not going to say what else happened there. It's not anything physically or anything that happened to me. It's just this. I was raised in a church of fear of religion, and you lived in fear, and if you didn't do the right thing, you're going to hell, you're going to die, whatever. After I got old enough to leave that, I never went back. I will never go to another church. I will never, ever put myself in that experience again. Even though there are good churches, accepting churches, there's a lot of them here in Chicago, but I just I can't undo what has been done. But to see, and I'm kind of used to that, but when you see a person that you think, I don't know how to say this, that you think is a good person, but then when you see I'm just going to put it simply, and It's just simple. I need the price of eggs to come down, and that's why I voted. I need to be able to have gas come down. I need this, I need that. Why people are going to suffer. Communities that aren't white, straight males. And I said this in my story, it's not who you voted for, it's who you voted against and who it affects and who it will affect in your life. And just, I'm sorry. And I had this affected me personally because I had a family member say this to me, and knowing that this family member has a gay family member who is married to an immigrant who we were going through the process, as everyone screams to the top of their head to do. It took 10 years. We've been married. And people just assume, oh, you get married to an American, you're set. No, it doesn't work that way. And as an American, my eyes were very opened to this process and how frustrating it is, how scary it is, how hard it is, how many times people get taken advantage of because they're not Americans, they're immigrants, and there are horrible people in this world that will just take their money, even though they're trying to do it legally. And I saw all this. And it's just upsetting. I wish people just would go through the process and understand how it fucking works. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But when I saw these people gladly happy with the situation and playing what are soon to be racist songs, and there were some major people in the crafting world that I saw this from, and it fucking hurt. And I immediately just did not want to be doing this anymore. And I did it. I kept doing it. I just didn't associate. I didn't go online. I didn't. So anyway, all that's happening, right? No one knows. No one knows it's happening. I haven't talked about it. I didn't tell anyone. My husband didn't know. No one in the craft. There's a few people that knew I was disappointed, but I didn't talk about how disappointed and how it was affecting me because I was just trying to get it through myself. And like last time, just thought process, try to forgive people, try to understand their reasoning, but I couldn't. This time it just didn't work. And I'm normally a positive person. I try to make the negative into a positive experience, but this time it didn't fucking work. And I could not, it was causing a malfunction because I haven't felt this way in a long time. When I was very young, when my dad died, there was a 4, 5, 6 year time in my life where I was this way, and it's starting to bubble up. It's not over because I haven't been able to really shake it off yet. Because I'm sorry, I'm so nervous about this because I'm so afraid that it's going to cause a problem. But I can't hold it. I have to say it because that's how I'm going to feel better. Shit. I've kind of erased these people. I can't do it. And I will not associate. I will not buy products from companies that I think participated in this. I've posted things accidentally on their business pages, and I'm not saying who they are. I'm not going to do don't ask me. I'm not telling you. Do your research if you can, if it's still there. But it caused this break in my happiness for this. And I'm still kind of lost in it. I'm trying, I'm working on it. But then, while all this is happening, Tony and I were going through the process. We were supposed to go on vacation. We got his oath date. No, I'm not, it's too personal. I'm not going to talk about it. Because I really haven't been given permission to talk about that. Because of the election, things had to change. And that's all I'm going to say. Then, like, just the stress from my job, not really talking about this to people. I don't want to upset people. That's not. And it may, I don't know. I feel like it'll be understanding, but I don't know. And there are people on teams that I work on that unfortunately are some of these people. And I'm cordial. I'll be nice, but I don't. Like, people would say, like, I have family members that were like supporters, and they were like, just erase them. And I'm like, I can't. I don't have parents. I don't have aunts and uncles. I don't have grandparents. I only have maybe 10 people in my family still alive. And I need those people. And it's hard because I can't go to them right now. And I'm disgusted. And like, you guys have never seen me like this. It's not something that I do. And it's been a long time since I've been felt this way. And then all these old feelings are coming. And then I'm just going to go on. You already know that, right? So then I'm just going to switch down to the desk. And I'm just saying right now, it's about food. It's about weight loss. It's about weight gain, body dysmorphia, all that stuff. So if this is not your thing and it's a trigger, it has been for me. Just, stop, fast forward if you can. Or if you're watching live, you may want to like mute it. But so as all this is happening, for the past, I don't know, let's see if this will work. All right, yeah. 4 years ago in 2020, October 2020, I got bariatric surgery because I was severely overweight. I was dying of diabetes, high blood pressure, sleep apnea, all those things. And I had to do it or I was going to die. So I did it. And while the surgery wasn't horrible, it's these after things that are happening that it doesn't help. So if you watch my Instagram just a little bit ago, it may have been an hour and a half ago, I did a story about this and saying I was going to talk about this. And there's probably people that understand this a lot. I've been fighting this feeling today to eat this piece of cake. And what I want people to understand is this is adding to my stress, right? So this is every day of my life for 4 years. I still go do counseling for it. I still I have to make the right fucking choices, and it's hard. You know, I didn't grow up with a lot of food, so I have food hoarding issues, and I still do it, and it's stressful. Another thing is that I'm working through is transfer of obsession. So I was obsessed with food. I was eating food. I loved food. I ate it, ate it, ate it, ate it. I can't do that now. So that feeling of, to me, comfort, because it's like I didn't have a lot of food when I was a kid, so eat what I can, right? Has transferred to other things. And I have a lot of guilt for that. And I'm working. I am trying. But this fucking right here is so hard every day. 4, 5, 6, 12 times a day, I'm doing this. I feel guilty. I had this surgery to not be big. I'm not big. I deserve a piece of this cake. In an hour and a half, I've been sitting here looking at this cake. And I've had one bite. And I want the whole thing, but I can't shake it. So all of this is happening. The election stuff is happening. I then start having physical issues. And I don't know if you could tell, but, well, I kind of, the patch, it was like drama, clickbait, you know. I thought I might do this, but I was told by one of the followers that is an eye doctor, no, that could cause a bacteria infection, so don't do that, wait for your doctor to call you. I go to my regular eye doctor, I'm getting glasses, never really had an issue, and they see something in my eye and they're like, you need to go see a retina specialist. And I was like, oh, okay. And they're like, you know, just go. We need them to check you out. We think maybe something's happening. And I'm like, okay, you know, I didn't see anything happening. And all right, I'm going to take this off the food. I don't want you guys to have to look at that, because I don't even want to look at it. So in October, late October maybe, I go to the specialist and they're doing all these things, and it was scary because they were saying all these terms. I didn't know what was happening. And I really didn't know what I had until I was this incident that I'm about to talk about. And as they told me the medical terms, but I didn't understand what was happening. There was nothing wrong with my eye. It was like, okay, fine. But then, like a couple, I don't know, week, 2 weeks after that, I started seeing things in my eye, and I was like, oh, that's weird. But it would go away, or I don't know, it was weird. But then it started getting worse, and then one day I woke up and I could not see in my right eye, and I instantly panicked because I didn't know what was happening. And it was just like a second strike on this hobby and this, what made me happy. And I'm like, you know, is this a sign that I need to stop doing this? Because I can't see, I can't make stuff, I can't do videos because I can't edit, because I can't see the lines, and I can't tell depth perception, and the colors are weird because in this eye things are looking brown, and I can't see through it. And you know, I just panicked because I've never had anything like that before. And of course, we all become our own doctor. We go online and we're all dying. I'm dying of retina cancer or whatever, you know. But I go in, they explain what happened. They don't know why it happened. It usually happens to people with high blood pressure and diabetes, but I don't have that and haven't had that in 4 years. And um, it's, I think a lot of it is just getting old. And I, I'm sure a lot of people feel this way. And I'm almost 50 and I'm like, kind of like, what the hell is happening? And here, I don't feel old. I don't feel physically old here, but it's happening and I don't really fucking like it. It's scary to me now. And I mean, I guess I'm lucky to be here because if I didn't have the surgery, my doctor said I was going to die by the time I was 50. So, you know, I'm lucky. And both my parents died really young. And it's like this kind of obsessive thing that I have not had in a long time. I used to be obsessed with death and people were going to die in front of me and leave me forever. And these things are happening again, but it's me who's dying. It's me who is not able to say bye. It's me not being able to take care of someone before it goes. And it's ridiculous, right? Like, I'm 50. Like, it's relatively young. Um, but I'm working through that. So, you know, I had to work through this eye issue. I had to stop doing the design team stuff, and I hated it because I don't like failure. I don't like disappointment, and I don't like missing out. You have to work for the product, and if you're not working for the products, you don't get it, and you don't get paid for the things that you do. And I understand my health is more important. I know that, but I don't know. It's this weird, like, if I do it, I'm a little happy, but then it also makes me crazy. But I don't know if there'll be any backlash on this. Um, I think I was as polite as I could be. There was a lot that I could say, and that I said to myself, and that I said to um, no, I I could have been a fucking horrible person like these individuals, and I've chosen not to be defensive online. Oh, I'm sorry. To continue with the eye thing, I'm totally off track. I went in, they diagnosed it. I have to get, I don't know if you can do this, you guys, but wait. The camera's reversed, so I can't really tell which eye. What? You guys, I'm confused. I don't know. I'm just nervous, and it's here. You can see it. Oh, there you go. It just makes me feel crazy. Like, I can't. Any other time, I would be like, yeah, I know this, but I haven't done it in so long. Anyway, I have to do injections for 3 months, once a month, and it should clear up. If not, then we'll do further things. Basically, what happened is a vein burst. And I don't want to call anybody out, but mommy eye doctor in here, she made me feel a lot better than my actual doctor. She explained things in normal terms. I understood it. I'm very thankful for her, although I've known she's been an eye doctor for a long time because we talk about glasses a lot. But anyway, it did some blood splatter. It did some things to my eye. The shots are supposed to clear that up. I won't get back my full vision apparently, but I'll still be able to see. And I'm very thankful for that. Because you guys, when you can't see out one of your eyes, it's hard for the other one. Honestly, it's hard. So anyway, just to kind of conclude this, I forgot what I was talking about after the eye thing. I just hope that and just one more thing. When I was younger, I felt like it was my responsibility to save everyone. I can't do that. I want to save the earth. I want to save all the animals. I want to save all my family members, all the homeless people, everything. And I still suffer from that actually because I don't say no to things. And that's the hard part for me too. I don't hate that because I really do good work for some organizations that I would go blind for probably, especially Live Like Rue. It's very important to me, and we help a lot of animals and humans, and I love that because while I can't say humans are my favorite species, there are some that deserve the things they're getting because they're animals, because they save them, they care for them, they love them, and I'll always be there, and I will until I can't any longer. You know, I do put my hands in too many things. I know it. I've been told by my spouse several times, which is another just, you know, but, you know, I'm working on all of this. I am getting a little better about coming onto social media. I still do not go on the news. I still do not watch the news. I don't read it because I can't do it. Because now I understand that even some of the news that I did watch, I'm trying not to. That person is a moneymaker for them, and that's the only reason they put that person on there. And I don't like that. And, you know, I've been hearing these stories about explosions in Cybertrucks. I don't give a fuck anymore. I can't do it. I do not have the mental capacity to process why people would choose chaos over a little bit of happiness for some people. But I'm trying to be the good person and not overstep, which I think this video might. And I think the individuals that know what this video is about will know. And I didn't respond to these individuals other than when I realized what was happening. I was like, that's disappointing. After that, I did not respond to anyone that responded to that thought it was about them or felt guilty. I don't know. That's my struggle, you guys. I can't. Why is that part of the crafting? And why is that tied together? And I think it's just because we say, be this good person, do the right thing, and then you see people just, it's like tearing up the card that you just made. It is taking this card that you worked hours on, and the person getting it and ripping it in your face. That's what that feels like, except for 1,000 times worse because it's a human and communities and the whole earth. I mean, we are the power. And if we're off, the rest of the world is off. And you can see it happening now. These countries are like going crazy. And, you know, I don't vote for just me. I vote for others, other countries, and this world, the environment, the animals. Like, it's not hard. And I don't understand why you can't respect all of it and not put the price of eggs over a woman's right to have a medically necessary surgery while she's bleeding out in a car. And until that happens to you, until that happens to your gay son, your lesbian daughter, your trans, child, your black grandchild, until it happens to you, you don't understand. And that's when it's too late, because you've already done damage. And that's what these individuals done. They've done the damage the second time, knowing what has happened and what will happen. And that's the part that I cannot do. I can't, not you. These individuals know the history, and they're allowing it to be repeated, and it's going to be worse for the people that aren't white, straight, rich males. And while I don't want bad things to happen, it's going to be very hard not for me to say, I told you so. And you deserve this. And you voted for this. And your immigrant grandmother, who is not here legally, is being sent back to a country that's war-torn, that may kill her, but you did it. That's all I'm going to say. All right. I got to go. I have things to do. I am trying to get some crafting done with some products that I have. I'm still trying. I can't believe I just wrote this card, you guys, but I'm trying to get back into it. I hope you guys will understand. I hope the companies that I work with understand why these things are happening. And I just kind of felt bad because none of you guys knew it. You just knew I wasn't there, and I just stopped. And I just felt like you guys needed to know, or a little bit of it. This has made me feel better. I don't feel so locked and ashamed, and I don't know, I kind of just felt like in prison. Honestly, I just felt like these people do not deserve my time, my talent, free content, and for me to be nice to them in these. They don't deserve it. And that's what I'm struggling with. Do I continue to do things for people that don't deserve it? And that also makes me feel like a horrible person. So, thank you guys very much. I really appreciate it. If you asked any questions, I'm sorry I wasn't paying attention. You probably left some very kind notes. I just don't read the comments anymore, because even on the post that I made today, there was an individual that just had to rub that salt in and say, oh, I couldn't stand the last 4 years, but I really hope these years are perfect. Blocked. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. I'm done. I will still continue to be cordial. I probably will not say anything. I actually don't say anything anymore. I just block and go. And some of the individuals have messaged me and they've gone right into the junk. I'm not doing it. I can't. And I'm sorry. And I'm sorry to anyone that this upsets. But I hope that you can see my side too. And over time, this may change. I don't see it happening within the next 2 or 3 years. So you guys, I may not be doing this very long. But anyway, thank you guys so much. I was nervous. I'm still nervous. I don't know what's going to happen. I just hope that you guys will, you don't have to protect me, or, all I ask is that if you see something that is really wrong, I should practice what I preach, but, and see, this is, why do I want to be nice to them? Okay, I gotta go, because this will never end if I don't. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for taking the time for being here. I feel that this is very important for me and for people to understand. So if you could please let people know about this video, it's going to be on replay here. I'm not trying to get clicks or anything like that. I want people to understand that people that aren't as fortunate, this is what happens. You guys normally see a very happy person, a very positive person. You've never seen me like this. It has been a long time for me, and it's very upsetting because, honestly, I just blame those people. Because if I wouldn't have seen that, I don't think I would be as upset. But this time it was personal. It hurt. People I respected hurt me. And that's how it goes. Anyway, thank you. And I really appreciate all of you. Even if you don't continue to follow, thank you, for being there when you were. And maybe in the future, we'll come back together. But until then, thank you for being here, bromies. If you still want to be a bromie, just give me some time. And I miss you all, and I just hope I'll be back to normal soon. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye. All right, I don't even know how to do this anymore. Let's see, what do I play here? Is it this one?